before that you did we did the Winter Warrior.
Okay,
thing, remember that? And then
I
you
do
headed
remember
away to fight Max the first time round.
Yeah, so I think I came back after that for UFC Auckland that they had.
Yeah.
And before Camp's Izzy's camp for Romero.
Yeah.
I remember coming and doing a little bit there, but that was around the time the UFC Auckland was here.
Yeah.
But that was the last time I've been here, so it's good to be back. It's been a while. It's good to see some of the faces again, and training with them and all that. Obviously, the energy is incredible here as always. So just soaking it up.
That was what I wanted to ask you, because I've been saying all the way through, how you going, boys? Oh, the camp's been good, and I'm on target and all that, and they go away and fight well. But I've always thought there's something different from when you and Frank and Mike and everybody was here, and they won't admit it. I might be wrong, but I think I'm just on the outside enough to see increments. And what I wanted to ask you was, can you feel the vibe? Because I talked to Izzy a couple of weeks ago, and I just got the buzz again. First time for 2 years,
Yeah, man, I get what you're saying, and definitely. Well, I guess it has been hard the last couple of years, right? It's not just that. It's not just because of that, but I mean, it's going to be a little bit more quiet. You're not going to be able to, with the lockdowns and all that. So I guess it's going to feel different. Whether it was because we were there, I don't know. But I mean, obviously, having the whole crew again and the banter and all that, that all adds to the buzz. Yeah. The banter, the laughs, and the energy that different people are going to bring. Obviously, even the Aussies coming over here bringing their banter, and then you got the, obviously Kiwis and Aussies going at it and just all having a good laugh. So it's it's good, man. But I mean, I'm just soaking it all up. Even just watching Izzy and that, just hit pads, and you get to watch him just move and do his thing, and then you can learn so much just from that. And it's the same. You just see people doing the same thing. Obviously, keep an eye on us as well, and trying to get that energy off each other. So, and again, it's something that a little bit different, but still I feel that we're used to, because we used to obviously train a fair bit together. But I guess it does add that little bit extra. Maybe that's what you're talking about, because it's a different type of energy. Maybe just that little bit different. It just adds to the atmosphere. But I'm definitely feeling it. Yeah. But I always did every time I was here. So maybe it's hard for me to realise that, because I always feel that. But for you guys, I'm not sure. But I'm definitely glad to be here and seeing the boys and training hard and busting my ass.
I'm glad you're here. Hey, tell us a little bit about the difference between Alex Volkanovski now compared to the first time you fought Max.
Oh, man. I think I'm understanding the game so much more now, you know what I mean? I've always been a good student, always did what I had to do, but I mean, the knowledge that you get from guys like Joe, Eugene, Brad, and Dougie, all these guys, the knowledge that you get, you're obviously doing it and you can sort of use it, but now to really understand it, really know when to use it, really understand when they talk about range and talk about this and talk about that. And having that confidence behind everything, and knowing and having confidence in knowing what I know now, it's hard to sort of explain, but it's there's definitely a big difference. You know what I mean? I'm going out there, and we're obviously going to have game plans and things like that. I'm definitely going to have a lot, but I mean, there's so much more I can look for and understand. Everything he's doing, I know what he's doing. I understand what he's doing, so I don't have to just, I'm going to do this because if he does this, I do that. And just because I was told to type thing. Now, I'm doing this because of this, and if he doesn't, he'll give me another answer, and I'll make him pay. So that's the difference, I think. I think the fact that I can capitalise on the options that are in front of me just because of my confidence in what I know now.
You would have had to do a bit of that in the second fight against him, because he brought a different game.
Well, that's sort of what we had to do in that second fight, isn't it? Because we had we didn't expect him to change his game so much, and his style and the way he fights, and even the shape that he fights at. We didn't expect that, so it threw us off. So I literally had to, mid-fight, just make adjustments that, you know what I mean, and make him pay for certain things that he was trying to do. And obviously it was enough, but I mean, he did great to really put us on the back foot in them first 2 rounds. So we knew we needed the next 3, so he really put it on us. So good work from him and his team, but that ain't gonna happen again. You know what I mean? And again, I'm gonna give him credit, I give his team credit, but where I'm at now in our team and what we understand, again, what I understand, I pick up on things pretty quickly now, and I don't just make adjustments instinctively. I make adjustments by watching, seeing, understanding, and instinctively as well. So, you know what I mean, my sharpness, my reaction is going to make him pay instinctively in them adjustments. But not just that, if he tends to give me something, I'm going to capitalise on that and know that, oh, you want to do that? Or I'm going to make you pay for that. And I'm planning on putting some hands on Max's chin. So let's see if his chin holds up like it has been for so long. So we'll see what happens.
Is there any truth in the saying, you know, like when you're that fit and things move a little bit slower, like they're fast on the outside because you're just sharper?
When you're fit, maybe later in the fight, I think, you know, because you're going to see them slow down and then you can really, like, you're still fresh, right? Yeah. So you're still fresh, and these guys they're offbeat now, they're slower, you know what I mean? Their reactions are obviously behind, and they really do feel slow. At the start, I don't know if it's that, I think it's more the composure, being clear in there, that will really help you. Like, you're not going in there and you obviously want that blood pumping, you want that little bit of adrenaline, but you want to understand and see everything that's happening in front of you. So you need that good balance. And yeah, so the last couple of times we've been in there, obviously we had having the crowds and that again, it's just incredible. So that Fight Island, no crowd was terrible. I don't ever want to fight with no crowd ever again. So looking forward to soaking that energy in the arena and doing work.
Yeah, of course it wasn't the only tough fight you had. Ortega was a tough fight, and how close was that?
It was close. It was definitely close. But like obviously, we're definitely a step ahead. But I mean, he did get us in some dangerous positions, right? You look at the fight, and then you could be like, yeah, if you don't see them submissions, it looked like it was pretty much an easy fight. But it wasn't. It was still competitive. I was obviously on my game. He did well, but I mean, I just made sure I was a step ahead and made him pay, and for even little reactions he did. But then, you know, I haven't been in that deep of a position before. I've never been that close to being, you know what I mean? Like, especially in my UFC career. So obviously, you got to give him credit for that, because I was deep. I was like this close to him almost taking that belt from me. So,
what got you out of it?
Oh, mate, I think it was obviously that will to, you know, determination to and never give up attitude, and not taking, you know, I'm not going to, you know, not taking no for an answer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way. I'm going to keep going. And even though things didn't feel like they were working for me at the start, I just was stubborn and kept doing it, and like kept going, no, his arms will gas before me, you know. And that's exactly what happened. So, again, it was not many people could probably get through that and think they can get through it. I was in a position that I didn't know if I was going to get through it, but I was going to try till I went out. And I mean, I was going to try. And that's exactly what happened, and it got me out of there. So, again, I don't know if many people could, if that same thing happened to them, I don't know how many people could actually come out on top.
Yeah. Hey, the Ultimate Fighter, big experience. Did you go in there thinking it's just a fight camp for me and I'll train boys on the side, or do you get involved with those boys?
No, I definitely got involved with it, because I'm that type of guy, man. If I'm going to commit to something, I'm going to commit. You know, I'm a pretty loyal dude, and that's just how I am. So, and I had just had COVID, so I wasn't able to train too much. I was still training, but I had to limit what I was doing anyway. So we just made sure we got some wrestling, grappling in and things like that before the sessions, before the boys come in, and then we'll just go and I'd move around with them as well. But it was fun. We got to go there, and we really took it serious. So every single one of us, you know, everyone that was with us, we went out there and we had a job to do, and we wanted the best for our guys. And obviously it ended up paying off, you know what I mean? Like, I think we had a team of underdogs, and you know, but I mean, we had a team of guys that we wanted to train, and they were there to learn and wanted to learn, you know what I mean, if that makes sense, where there was probably some other guys with better, you know, credibilities, is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word. Like, you know, they definitely had more credentials. Sorry, that's the word. Credentials, but again, I think it's so much more than that. Yeah. Guys that, you know, want to learn, guys that will go that extra mile, especially with the training we do. Yeah. And then when things don't go their way, can they turn it and all that type of stuff. So we put their guys in some hard positions, and we ended up on top.
Did you find it harder? You had to do do their training, and then you had to do your own on top of that?
No, I didn't mind that at all. Like, we would go in there before the boys came in. We'll go get our session in, our training, and then we'll train them, and we'll jump in with them anyway. And then even in the afternoon, we'll do the same. Like, a lot of times we'll just go, well, let's go in early, and then just get a couple of rounds in. So it was good. We enjoyed it, man. We loved it. And again, I had no fight lined up, not for a while, because we had to wait till that was aired. So we were able to drink and have a couple of beers and that as well, enjoy the weekend. So it was good. It was a good experience. But again, we took it serious, and we did well.
I was talking to Joe about home and that they've renamed the pub and
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's that's not named after me anymore. That was more just for the last fight. It was just like a little promo thing that we did. Yeah. It was a promo thing. So it was something that we were about. We knew it would get some good traction, and we thought it was pretty cool because they're sort of sponsoring us for the fights. So I thought it was cool. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot of buzz around it, and everyone was there, and it was pretty successful. Obviously, good for them as well. But I mean, it was a mutual thing anyway, so it was good for both of us.
you've always been a family man. You brought your family over last time, and that is it changed? Is it harder to everybody wants your time now? Is it harder to have the same home life and?
Oh man, it's not harder because I'm a family man. That comes first. You know what I mean? And my management, my team and coaches, I'm not going to run around for no reason. Obviously, there's going to be work that we need to do, and my wife's nothing but supportive of that, and the kids totally understand that. But I mean, at the same time, when I'm over here, I mean, that's why I'll just be reasonable, right? So I'm not going to go for months at a time unless I had to. In lockdowns, it was a different story. But right now, we're not far. So what is it, like a couple hour plane ride here? Go over, come here for a week, go back home, come over again for a week. So it's not too long away from the family. Obviously we'll miss them, they'll miss me, but I mean I'm back. It seems like nothing, so it's all right. Now we're pretty good with it all, and again, you need that supportive wife as well, so that does make it a lot easier.
You're not only famous now, you're a bit rich too. I always ask Izzy what little baubles he bought himself. Have you treated yourself?
Oh man, you're going to treat yourself, but I mean, you've got to look, man. We're not in this sport for long, right? So we've got to be clever. You get a lot of guys. I'm a family man, and I think I'm a pretty responsible dude. And that's why the money I'm making now, it's not just to have fun. Obviously, I'm going to spend it, and you got to enjoy yourself a little bit. Our family will enjoy it, but at the same time, I want to make sure that money that we're making now can look after us for the rest of our life. You know what I mean? So it can't be too silly. But I mean, we still enjoy. I still got my Rolex watch and stuff like that. That was like just for me, it was more of a. I'm not really into that stuff. For me, that was like my belt outside the belt, like just to let me go. You earned that, and you're the champion. Because I'm just a regular bloke. I walk down the street and I'm just a regular bloke. I do these interviews. I forget what I do. You know what I mean? I'm just me. But then that was like sometimes when I do interviews, especially fight week, I take the belt. Just be like, hey, you're the champ. Remember that. Let everyone know. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to gloat about it, but at the same time, represent yourself as a champ. Own that crown, and that sort of represents that as well. Sort of be like, hey, you earn this, you deserve it. Be yourself and be proud of it.
Things haven't changed too much around town.
Yeah, not too much. Obviously, things definitely change when things go well for you. But I mean, at the same time, it doesn't get to my head. 100%. I appreciate it. I appreciate seeing. Obviously the fans and all that type of stuff and the love that you get. Obviously the money, you're going to appreciate that and things like that. But I mean, everything else around it. Some people be like, oh, do you get over it? I go, I don't. I appreciate it because, it sort of reminds me of all that hard work starting to pay off.
You're going back home, but you're going to be back here for the last week or so?
Yeah. So we're here for the week. We go home for a couple of weeks and then we're back another week. Then we'll go back home that last week and the boys are going to head over a bit earlier for Carlos and that. And then we'll meet them over there fight week. And so I'm looking forward to that, man. Fight week is going to be incredible, so I can't wait.
Joe was saying you're not quite halfway into the fight camp now.
Still plenty of time. Oh, yeah, man. Look, that's the beauty of rolling straight into another camp. You know what I mean? You're still firing from the last one. So it's good. Good time to jump into camp, especially for a trilogy. Tough fight like with someone like Max. To be in a position I am now, coming off a fight in good nick, firing, sharp, at your peak. Let's just roll that on straight into another camp, you know what I mean? So I'm healthy now. Let's just keep it that way and go into this fight and do what we need to do.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you when you get back.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
Hey, appreciate it.
Cheers.